시작하겠습니다. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 렉스 케이시 한국 문화 줌 이벤트에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 렉스 케이시 한국 문화 줌 이벤트를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 이 행사는 키카, 케이시, 렉스 2020이 함께합니다. 저는 이번에 사회를 맡은 필리핀에 사는 메리라고 합니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. 이제 발표는 가지도록 하겠습니다. 첫 번째, 발표는 한국 문화와 한글에 대한 이야기합니다. 키카의 한성훈님 환영해 주세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 네, my name is Han Seung-hoon, a member of KICA, Korea International Culture Association. Following last month, I will present the words and idioms related to our Korean culture and history. So I hope that I want to hope you, when you study Korean and Korean language or culture, you are interested in our Korean words. So now I'm ready for 10 words or idioms. So I will let's see our PPT. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is Hwanghamun in the Seoul, the one gate of the Gyeongbok Palace. And next page. Yeah, today I will teach the 10 words of idioms. I don't know how many words or idioms do you know, but just we will learn these 10 words or idioms. The first is 말짱 도루묵. First three words are related in the name of fish in Korea. From now, let's talk about the Korean fish. Do you know the fish 도루묵? 도루묵 is the first picture. Is in English sailfin sandfish. Koreans mainly eat it as a grill or stew. There is an interesting story behind the name of this fish. When the Imjin War is a Japanese invasion in Korea from 1592 to 1598. It broke out. King Seonjo asked a name of fish he ate while evacuating because its taste was so delicious. King Seonjo is the second picture. Now he was evacuated to the north of Korea. One of his servants said "Muk." King Seonjo thought that the name didn't suit the taste because he think this so delicious, but Muk is not a beautiful name. So he changed the name to Euneo. Euneo is a sweet fish in English. After the war, King Seonjo returned to the palace. One day, he wanted to eat euneo and asked for it, but the taste was not as good as before. Then he ordered to change the name 도루묵. 도루, it means back, go back in Korean. So after that, Koreans called it 도루묵, and same as now. And the phrase 말짱 도루묵, which was derived from this, means that work in vain or go down the drain or useless. So let's see the sample sentence. 그리 많이 먹으면, if you eat too much, 다이어트는 말짱 도루묵이야. your diet go down the drain. Or 비가 와서 it rained. 말짱 도루묵이 되었다. So it was in vain. So 말짱 도루묵 is in vain or go down the drain, useless. So now this word 말짱 도루묵 is so mainly used in Korean. So if you remember, you can use. And next word, 굴비 is another fish. 굴비 also has a so interesting origin in Korean history. Has anyone tried a fish 굴비? 굴비, the name is in English, dried yellow cobina. I also know that the first time. 굴비 is salt dried yellow cobina. There is also has a origin of the name like 도루묵. In Goryeo dynasty, it's from 1980 from 1980 to 1392. One of the servant, his name is Lee Ja-gyum, who was the most powerful servant in Korea history. He imprisoned King Injong in his house and tried to become the king himself. The reason why I explained Lee Ja-gyum was the most powerful servant in Korea because he and King Injong had a close relations. Lee Ja-gyum's second daughter was King Injong's mother, and his third, fourth daughter were King Injong's wife. In other words, Lee Ja-gyum was King Injong's grandfather, also and father-in-law. It's special. It's so close relations in Lee Ja-gyum and King Injong. But it failed, and King Injong condemned him, Lee Ja-gyum, to exile in Yeonggwang County. Now is located in South Jeolla Province in Korea. Lee Ja-gyum ate the jogi. Jogi is a 굴비. It's a same in Yeonggwang, and the taste was good. So he decided to send it as a gift for the king. By the way, Lee Ja-gyum had a strong pride, so he wanted to let people know that jogi, the gift for the king, was not the meaning of flattery and received exile. Therefore, he changed its name from jogi to 굴비, which means that 굴비 is do not yield. 굴 is surrender or yield, and 비 is not or never. So 굴비 means never yield or never surrender to the king. Then sent it to King Injong. On a side note, Yeonggwang is the name of the city. Yeonggwang 굴비 is the most famous Korea then or now. So look at the picture. The first picture is hang out 굴비 to dry, to sunset. And the second picture is you can see the point or red point is a small, the left side. There is a Yeonggwang in Jeolla, South Jeolla Province in Korea. And the rest picture is that the meaning of 굴비, 선물은 주되. I want to send a present, but 결코 굴복하지 않겠다. But I don't want to yield to king. Never surrender to the king. In the meaning of the 굴비. Can you understand? Okay. Okay, thank you. And the next word. Next word also the name is a fish name, 임면수. I think that somebody doesn't like fishy because of the fish smell. For such people, I would like to recommend 임면수. Fish has almost no fish smell. 임면수 is you can see the first picture. That the 임면수. There is an interesting origin of the name. Once upon a time, there lived a fisherman named 임면수. It's the same as the topic of that 임면수. It's a name of fisherman in North Hamgyong province. It's now located in North Korea. He caught. Oh yeah. He caught a lot of the fish whenever he went out to sea. It doesn't have fishy smell and tastes good when it grilled with salt or deep fried. It became widely known, but at the time, this fish didn't have a name. So our Korean people called it 임면수 because he caught well, and this name is still used today. So 임면수 is first is the name of the fisherman, but now it's the name of fish. So if you visit in Korea, please try to eat this 임면수. There's not a fish smell, so I recommend it. Yes, that after next word is 바가지 긁다. 바가지 긁다, or and I tell to another 바가지 쓰다. It's so many times you can use in Korean. Did you ever heard the phrase 바가지 긁다? It means that a wife or woman is nagging and complaining to husband or man or boyfriend. 바가지 긁다. It's been a long time since we are suffering from COVID-19 pandemic, but in the past, when medical technology was not the same as now, if plague is transmitted, people love or scratch a ball and guard a goal and made the noise to drive away evil spirits or demons of the you can see the 바가지, the first picture, a bowl. So there is something in common between nagging or complaining and love a bowl. That those are too loud or noisy, so noisy, and don't want to listen. So Koreans use the phrase 바가지 긁다 when a wife is nagging to husband or a wife complain to husband or boyfriend. It has the same meaning as 잔소리 하다. 잔소리 is complaining in Korean. It's the same. And as an aside, there is also a phrase 바가지 쓰다. 바가지 쓰다, you can see the third picture, and one of man is now like a hat. He has wearing a 바가지. It means that to pay a fee or price higher than actual price, or to take an unfair responsibility. So I look at the example sample sentences below the two sentences. First, 바가지 긁는 소리에, because of a nagging wife or complaining to husband, 이혼 생각을 하였다. I thought about divorce because of a nagging wife. And second sentence is 바가지 쓰다. 너 택시 요금 바가지 썼어. You overcharged. You cheat. by a taxi. So these two words, so many, you can use so many times. So please remember. Yes, and next word is 부질없다. 부질없다. In the old smithy, when a blacksmith make a piece of iron, he heated it up and put it in the water several times to make strong and hard. This is called in Korean 불질. 불질 or iron hardening is the same as in English iron hardening. So you can understand if you can see the first picture. One of man is now with the hammer. Now as an iron hardening, we say 불질. Unhardened iron is useless because it's too and so easy. As a word derived from this, 불질 없다. 불질 없다. 없다 is there's not or don't use. This pronunciation has changed and it is now used as 부질 없다. 부질 없다. So it means insignificant or useless action or out the window. So now I explain the second picture. Second picture is a Korea old blacksmith. Now he is working the 불질, iron hardening. And the third picture, the one of beautiful woman. I see he's one of the comedian in Korean. Is out the window. 부질없구나. So let's see the sentence examples. 아무리 벌어도 no matter how much you beg, 부질없는 짓이다. It is useless. Useless is 부질없다. Or 아프면 if you are sick, 부귀영화가 all your wealth and honor 모두 부질없다 is useless. Can you understand? So yes, I want to remember this word 부질없다. And next, sixth word is 거들먹거리다 and 거덜나다. Its pronunciation is so I think it's difficult in foreigners, but just their origin is so interesting. So I selected this. During the Joseon dynasty, servants who belong to 사복시 is a government office that manages sedan chairs and halls of the royal court, were called 거덜. 거덜, you can see the first picture, the one of people who wear the blue, in front of the sedan chair. He is a 거덜. Now he say, 물러거라 is get out of the way. In front of, don't you stop my way. So walk in front of the kings and officials procession. Therefore, the word 거들먹거리다 was derived from 거덜거리다, who print and walk with shake their own body. It means be arrogant, haughty, or show off. Also, the word 거덜나다 was derived from a 거덜's act, which they shake own body, so huge, so big. The wealth and household items are shaking and disappearing. In other words, it means go broke or be bankrupt, go bankrupt. I hope that you will never 거들먹거리다 or 거덜나다. So let's we see the sample sentences. 너가 거들먹거리는 톤으로 말할 때 정말 싫다. I hate it when you use that condescending tone. Or 그는 노름으로 gambled 전 재산이 거덜났다. All his fortune away. Go bankrupt. Yeah, so I want to also you can remember these words 거들먹거리다 and 거덜나다. And next 어깃장 놓다. The seventh word is 어깃장을 놓다. In the past, doors were made of wood. In Korea and another countries are same. At this time, the ancients attached a long wooden board. They are diagonally. You can see the first picture and the one of long wood is like this. To prevent the door lip from being distorted, it is called 어깃장. 어깃장 in Korean. Comparing it to the diagonally attached shape, it is used to mean disobey, obstruct, and throw a monkey wrench into. So if you use this idiom, I sure that 어깃장 놓다, I sure that Koreans admire your Korean skills. Yes. So let's see also see the example sentences. 너는 왜? Why are you? 타사건건. In every way. 어깃장을 놓냐? Disturbing me. 너는 왜 사사건건 어깃장을 놓냐? Or 어깃장을 놓아서 by hindering it. 일을 힘들게 하지 마라. Don't make work difficult. Yeah, so please study and use to Koreans when he obstruct or disobey to your business. You can use this word. Yeah, and next word is 단골. 단골. Are there any restaurants you frequent? In this case, it is called 단골 식당. In Korean, 식당 is a restaurant, and 단골 is a regular customer or patron or places you frequent to go and visit. In the old days, when something bad happened in the house or someone got sick, people invited a shaman to perform an exercise. We say in 굿 in Korean. So you can see the first picture. She is 단골. Now Korean say 무당. It's the same. This shaman, who is often visited at that time, is called 단골. The pronunciation of this 단골 has changed and it became 단골. 디귿 니은. Before the shaman is 디귿 이응, but now pronunciation is changed. 단골. We are saying in a regular customer or you frequent go and visit. Second picture. Now you can read in Korean 단골 식당. 단골 식당 is a frequent new restaurant or regular restaurant. And the wet tissue, you can see in Korean, 단골이 됐으면 좋겠다. It means that you are a regular customer. Now in restaurant, master say that master's dream or hope. Now in written in on the wet tissue. So also you can see the examples. 저분은 he is a 저희 식당 단골이십니다. A regular at our restaurant. Or the 기생충. 기생충 is a name of movie, Parasite, 각종 영화제의 at various film festivals, 단골이 되었다, has become a staple. Yes, and it remains just 2 words. 퇴짜 놓다, or 퇴짜 맞다. In the old days, people had to prepare a tribute to the king by offering local specialties. If the condition of them is not good, officials returned them and stamped or wrote a letter with the character 퇴. Character is 자, and 퇴 is go back or refuse. This is where the words 퇴짜 놓다 and 퇴짜 맞다 came from. So they mean to reject an object or opinion. You can say 퇴짜 놓다. 퇴짜 놓다 is refuse, reject, or turn down. And 퇴짜 맞다 is be rejected and be turned down to another, or from another people. So now you can see the first picture, the right side people, now he signed X to another people. Now he 퇴짜 놓다 to left people. And 퇴 is in Chinese character is the right side. It's not important, so look at see the sentence examples. 그녀는 she 제대로 보지도 않고 without looking at it properly 퇴짜를 놓았다, rejected it. And another, 나는 I 지원서를 넣는 족족 I always 퇴짜를 맞았다. I always rejected for submitting my application. We Koreans use so many times, so you also I want to remember this word 퇴짜 놓다 or 퇴짜 맞다. The rest words I don't know you feel interested, but the last word is 앞권. 앞권. Did you remember the word 난장판, which we learned last month? 난장판 means in a mess of chaos. I said it derived from the state examination in Korea, Joseon Dynasty or Goryeo Dynasty. But the same is true for this word, 앞권. 앞권 is also derived from the Korea examination. After grading the state examination, latest or teachers put the best answer sit at the top of them. Therefore, the word 앞권 comes from the fact that first answer sheet. Answer sheet means 권. Pressed down. Pressed down means up. Up is pressed down, and 권 is answer sheet. So now the rest of them. So the best answer is the first of the top of the seat. So now 앞권 means the best of all or the best writing. I hope that you study hard and your Korean skills will be 앞권. So let's see the sentences examples. 이날 행사의 앞권은 the highlight of the event. So 앞권 is highlight, also means highlight in English. BTS의 공연이었다. Was the performance of BTS. And another sentence is 이 작품이 this is 이번 응모에서 this applications 단연 압권이다. By far the best of. This is by far the best of these applications. Can you understand?
네.
Yes. Thank you. And I'm ready for quiz. So please you check the best answer. The first, what is the meaning of 굴비? First, do not stop. Second, do not study. Third, do not eat. Fourth, do not eat. The answer is
4번이에요.
네, 맞습니다. That's right. Number 4, do not eat or do not surrender. And second is, what is the meaning of 바가지 쓰다? Number 1, wear a hat. Number 2, overcharge. Number 3, overcome. Number 4, wear clothes. The answer is number 2, overcharge. So please, you don't 바가지 쓰다 in Korean when you visit in Korea. I hope. The next quiz. If you have a favorite restaurant, how can you say in Korean? Number 1, 약골. Number 2, 사골. Number 3, 단골. Number 4, 해골.
3번이에요.
네, 맞습니다. 3번. That's right. 3번. So 3번. Yeah. I explained another words. 약골. 약골 is weak body, not strong body. Weak. I'm weak. I'm so weak. So 나는 약골이다. It means I'm a weak. I'm so weak. I have a weak body. And 2, 사골. Can you? I don't know. Some people eat 사골곰탕 in our 사골탕면. 사골 in it means 설렁탕. Did you know that? Do you know that? It's a bone, a boiled bone. It's a boiled cow's or meat bone. It's a color is white, and one of our Korean food is a boiled bone. 뼈를 오래 고운 탕. It's a 설렁탕 or 곰탕. It's a we say 사골. It's a bone in cow or meat. And 해골 is a skull. Body, inner body, skull. So bones. We say 해골 in Korean. So yes, Shanice, your answer, right? And the last quiz. What's the meaning of 압권? 압권. Number 1, the best. Number 2, the worst. Number 3, refuse. Number 4, disobey. The answer is
6번이에요.
네, 맞습니다. That's right. The fourth, the best. Number 3, refuse is 퇴짜 놓다. Yes, you can see the 9th word. 퇴짜 놓다 is a meaning is refuse. And disobey is 어깃장 or 어깃장 놓다. Yes, we say we also learned in second one, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's all. And today I read these 10 words of videos. So please you practice and please you use in Korean. Thank you.
감사합니다.
감사합니다, 선생님.
감사합니다.
수고하셨습니다.
네, 감사합니다.
한성훈님 멋진 발표 감사드립니다. 한국 문화와 한글에 대한 배울 수 있는 좋은 시간이었습니다. 그리고 여러분 질문이나 함께 나누고 싶은 이야기가 있나요? Do you have any question? 하나, 둘, 셋.
없어요.
네, 감사합니다, 한성훈님.